Have you ever heard the word jihad in the news? It's often linked with violence and conflict, but for over 1.8 billion Muslims around the world, this word carries a meaning that is far deeper, more personal, and often completely non-violent. So what do Muslims actually believe about jihad? Today, we're going beyond the headlines to understand one of the most complex and frequently misunderstood concepts in Islam. First, let's start with the basics. Jihad is an Arabic word. Its root means to strive, to struggle, or to exert effort. Think of it like striving for a difficult but worthy goal. It does not literally mean holy war. In an Islamic context, jihad broadly means the effort to live life in a way that pleases God, Allah. Scholars and Muslims themselves often describe three different kinds of struggle under this umbrella. The internal struggle to be a better person. The struggle to build a good and just society. The struggle to defend the faith, community, or oneself, if necessary. For the vast majority of Muslims, the most important and daily form of jihad has nothing to do with fighting. It's called al-Jihad al-Akbar, the greater jihad. This is the internal, spiritual battle. It's the struggle against your own selfish desires, anger, greed, and pride. It's the effort to be more patient, more generous, and more devout. What does this look like in practice? For a Muslim, the greater jihad can include the effort to pray regularly or learn the Quran, the struggle to be honest in business or kind to a difficult neighbor, the effort to forgive someone who hurt you or to give up a bad habit, the battle to control our flesh and stem away from lust. One famous, though saying, attributed to the Prophet Muhammad, told his companions after a battle was that they were finished with the lesser jihad and started the greater jihad of self-discipline and control, meaning the hard work of inner purification had begun. This idea is central, especially in mystical traditions like Sufism. We can also see by records that the Prophet himself seriously struggled in his own jihad, especially when it came to lust and gluttony. His life has served as an example for us to avoid these vices and fight our inner greater jihad with utmost severity and sincerity. Now let's talk about the part that gets all the attention, military jihad, sometimes called the lesser jihad. This concept is deeply rooted in Islamic history. The early Muslim community in Mecca faced severe persecution. Later in Medina, they were faced with military aggression. It was in this context that the Quran permitted fighting, strictly as a form of self-defense. The Quran is clear.
Fight in the way of Allah against those who fight against you, but begin not hostilities. Lo, Allah loveth not aggressors.
Quran 2:190. Islamic law developed very strict rules for any legitimate military jihad, making it a highly regulated last resort. These classical rules include: the opponent must have started the fighting. It must not be fought to gain territory or wealth. Every peaceful solution must be tried first. Civilians must not be targeted. Women, children, the elderly, and religious clergy are not to be harmed. Property and agriculture must not be destroyed. The war must stop immediately if the enemy seeks peace. Crucially, the Quran forbids forcing people to convert to Islam. The goal of a defensive jihad, in classical theory, was to stop persecution and protect the ability to live as a Muslim, not to conquer the world. So how did we get from these principles to the modern association of jihad with terrorism? This is a painful and complex issue for Muslims worldwide. Extremist groups like Al-Qaeda or ISIS use the language of jihad, But mainstream Islamic scholars overwhelmingly say they break every one of Islam's rules of war. They kill civilians, destroy property, and often attack other Muslims, all of which are forbidden. It's also important to know that according to Islamic jurisprudence, only a proper, legitimate authority could traditionally declare a military jihad. Modern terrorists have no such authority. As one Muslim scholar put it,
Osama bin Laden or any imam in a small mosque can say whatever they want, but there is no authority for them to talk of jihad.
So why do Muslims believe in jihad? They believe in it because it is a core concept that addresses the fundamental human experience of struggle against our own flaws, against injustice in society, and, in the most extreme and rare circumstances, against existential threats.